We're here with Brunswick Blue Devils head coach, Coach Carter. Coach Carter, coming into tonight, this was week 6 going up against Lorain. And then at halftime, it was kind of a battle. In halftime, it was 14-12. And then defense made a really big play to end the half at the 1-yard line.
Right.
And then it really set up the offense to really produce a lot of points with 22 consecutive points. And it helped the defense a lot. I mean, the defense had 2 takeaways to really get this victory against Lorain. But just talking about how the guys really battled it out tonight.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Lorain went in their bag of tricks and really dug out 2 freebies on us that we busted in coverage, and that was really frustrating. But I felt like we established a run. We came out, we found ways to answer back on the scoreboard, and then got into the halftime and got some adjustments going, and really just talked to those guys about this is our game to lose, and we have to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to go home with a win here tonight. So it feels nice to get 2 in a row, and hopefully, you know, homecoming next week, going in and try to get 3 in the GCC against Euclid.
Yeah, how big was that stop on defense at the 1-yard line just to set up a 14-12 lead going into halftime?
Yeah, it's gritty, you know, and that's what I love so much about football. It's kind of a game of chess. You know, you saw us all burning all 6 of our timeouts, both sides. So just seeing our guys come out and really lay the wood there and bring some momentum with them into halftime, you know, that carries. You know, this is a game about momentum, and whenever we get that on our side, good things happen.
Yeah, I feel like that momentum really carried you guys to score the 22 consecutive points with Sean having a couple rushing touchdowns and Ryan getting a rushing touchdown as well. And I think the defense really did a great job producing a couple of takeaways. Talk about how the second half really turned it around for you guys to get the win.
Yeah, you know, Coach Jameson, he was tough on those guys defensively, and he saw we were kind of misaligned and we didn't understand our assignment. You know, good football teams play alignment assignment football, and we weren't doing that in the first half. So whenever we made a couple adjustments, you know, we came out, we played the type of football we can as a defensive back end, because we do think our defensive backfield is a strong suit for us, but just not really paying attention to detail, and some things slipped through the cracks on us. So coming out there, getting those guys reset, talking about the things that we had to execute in the second half really changed all the pace for us, made all the difference.
Yeah, next week you guys going up against another GCC team in Euclid. What are some of the things that you can take from the 2-game winning streak to now going up against the Panthers next week?
Yeah, Coach Kole does a phenomenal job at Euclid, and I think that they have some awesome athletes. I think number 1 might be the best player on the field. You know, I love our kids, and I know we got some studs, but watching number 1 on film, the Telfair kid can really play, and we got to find ways to limit big plays, keep them in front of us, and really sustain drives and try to, you know, win time possession. So I'm looking forward to that battle, and I think they're doing a great job over there. Euclid.
Our here at Brunswick quarterback Sean Barnett coming into tonight, week 6 going up against Lorain. And in the first half, it was kind of close, 14-12. Defense made that big stop at the 1-yard line, which really prevailed you guys to score 22 consecutive points with a little help from the defense. I feel like they got 2 big takeaways to really set up the points. But just talk about how the night went for you guys overall.
You know, Lorain's a good team. They got athletes. They got athletes who can play. They're well coached. You know, last year they went 9-2, so they're capable. You know, not every game in this conference, Greater Cleveland Conference, is easy. It's not an easy game. So, you know, shout out to the defense. They had a huge stop. We had momentum going into the half. So, shout out defense.
Yeah, you had 4 rushing touchdowns on the night. Just talk about how the offensive line really helped you out to score those touchdowns.
Yeah, they did really help me. Like I said, against Shaker, they did really good. And this is another game, but they did really good. They're capable. People don't think they're capable, but they're for sure capable. Like I said before, Lorain's a good team, and the O-line came out to play for sure.
Yeah, I felt like the defense had a great night. Like I mentioned, that stop on the 1-yard line to really get you guys a 14-12 lead, and those 2 interceptions. Talk about how the defense really helped you out to score those points in the second half.
Yeah, they made 2 huge plays. You know, Braden Miles and AJ were back on it was near the 5-yard line. He had a pick in the end zone, so that's huge. They got a nice little return for a good field position for us. So, you know, shout out AJ and Braden Miles for making huge plays on the night. You know, it really helped our offense out and gave us momentum into the game and scoring our touchdowns.
Yeah, next week you guys going up against a Euclid Panthers team. Talk about what are some of the biggest things that you could take from this 2-game winning streak as you take the Panthers next week at home.
Yeah, we got to be fundamental. You know, Euclid, they have athletes. They're just like Lorain. They got athletes. They can play. You know, the years past, they haven't shown, like their record hasn't shown they're good, but they compete. They compete for sure. The past couple games, we've seen, like, their record might not show, but, like, they've been competing with teams for sure.